You can do it too. Easy as 1, 2, 3. You can do it too. Come along and draw with me. Pads and pencils, a very good start. So when you draw with your heart. You draw with your heart, 'cause you can do it too. You can do it too. You can do it too.
Hi everybody, my name is Lydia Forte-Santiago and welcome to this show of You Can Do It Too. Now this is the next show that I'm going to do. That remember the last time we did the pug? So now he's a little bulldog and he's a puppy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to color it in. And you see in the last show we reinstated, we sketched it out, we use our charcoal, we use our colored pencils that we use. So now I have a little bit of a pastel here, and this is basically one of the colors that he has. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll start with his ears. And I have a little bit of color here, there, and here. And you start, basically you start slowly, you know, and work it up slowly. And as you look at this, you see the improvement. I always like to try to blend it in a little bit with my fingers because I don't like you to see the line of the pencils or chalks or with paint you can't do that. With oil paint you can't do that. You have to do thin on thin, but with this you can kind of, and then you can just kind of layer it up a little bit, you know, put in the white here, there, and then I could take a little bit of this color. I have a couple of colors here because he has like a little shade, but it's. There you go. Yeah. There, and I take a little bit of dark brown. I see right here this. Sometimes you got to press on this because you want it to look a little dramatic. You know, and underneath here, remember where I put my dark, I punched in my darks? I punched in my darks, so now that's where, it's kind of like a map. It's telling you where was the dark. So I know because I see it in the black and white. I did my markings, what I did, so I could see it. There. This is the dark. And then I kind of take my, I'm mixing colors here because I have a couple of shades of brown that I like. And right where his eye is here is this. First you could lightly stroke this and see, just to get some sort of like a little result, you know, and then like there. You could kind of like, and there you go, his ears, and all around here. This is a nice color. See, so this is the little map that I see here, that I drew, that I could see where the color is. Over here I left his neck was light. Here I made it, you know. So being I shadowed this in with the pencil, and then I just kind of blended it a little bit like that. Yeah, and then I could just, see, I like to just, this is not paper, this is a little board. I figured I'd do it on a little board to make it a little bit interesting. But you could try, experiment. You could kind of do it with different things. just to see the effect, what you get, you know. This, and he has a lot of. I have to go back to my darks because he has a lot of these folds, and I want to bring them out to you. So I want to. Yeah, he has a lot of little folds there. Brown. Yeah. And I'm going to take this and draw his eye. Remember I told you about his eye? It's like, eye is dark, brownish. Like, and then right here, he has, that I saw with the magnifying glasses, he's got like a little bit of pinkish. And it's right there, right here. This is the part I told you about before, that I had to leave that little space, yeah, to leave it. And then I could color this. Keep your paper clean. Whenever you see do something like this, I kind of take it off immediately. Yeah, that looks better. And I'll go back into my little nose here, and I kind of, there. And he has a little bit of pinkish right around here, so we're going to do that. And he has a little pinkish on top here, has a little pinkish on top here, just like just subtle, not, and over the toes, yeah, this little, he looks like he has nail polish on. He's got, this little puppy has good toenails. Cute. There you go. Now I'll just take that little thing and take it off like that. Yeah. And then I could come, now I'll just be a little bit more intense with this color. There. This is pastel. The thing about these chalks, and the reason being I'm really working with this is because sometimes if I start doing this with paint, I actually need some time to let it dry and go over it. You know, it's not as quick. You know, I'm just giving you a little lesson, so I want to be able to move along. If I started doing this with paint, and this paint wasn't dry, it wouldn't be. Sometimes what happens with paint, it goes into one another, and you lose the color, the right color. So like with these particular paintings and dogs that I did in oil, this is very fine, but this has to dry, and then I have to go back to it to do it, because you can't get it all in one sitting, you know, especially if you're doing a commission for somebody and you're painting for somebody, you have to actually let it dry to make it look more intense, more real. You know? So I don't do that. And right around the eye here, there's a little bit of brownish. Yeah. Then I can still come back to this and darken it, because, you know, now I'm just mixing the medium here. I'm putting a little bit of just to bring it out a little bit more, because what happened, I put that color on top of it, so it sort of like buried my color. So I just want to bring this out. Yeah. Yeah, and he's small, so he's pretty tiny. There you go. And this is a little bit pronounced, so let's just darken that up a little bit more. That's like heavy. Let's let's just press on that. Let's, yeah, that's where the, and the mouth here, this, yeah, that's good. And the eye, there's more darkness around the eye. I'm just looking at it. So you have to actually keep looking back and forth at this. You know, you can't just look at one time and look away and not get the effect. You have to actually keep on looking. And all these little folds that these little dogs have, which is really cute. There. So let me define the face now. I'm sort of losing this look here. Let me just bring it out more and bring this out a little bit more. So it looks a little bit more realistic. This. He's pretty tiny. There, bring that out and see now I could, see I gotta make these things come alive. The more you work on them, the better they really become. There, let's see. There. And then you just, there, that's, there. And then I'll take this white just to pop out this. And like this. See, so you just, up here too, he's, yeah. Now it's looking a little bit more defined. And he does have, I don't know, I keep seeing that little pinkish over here. So he's like small there, so it's there, you know, it's, and let me put some brown in here. Yeah, like that, you know, there. And take it away from here, the white, and see, it just takes a little time to do this, but it does shape up. Now I'll just block out these little lines that I did with the darkness. There. There. See? And near his right here, I see there's a little pinkish too here. I see a little pinkish there, so we'll put it in. Yeah, that's there. So now it's beginning to, you know, what happens with these pictures when you do them, if you like it, you really can actually stop what you're doing. But if you don't like it and you see things are not coming out the way you want, so you keep on until you do like it. That's what I do. I don't just stop because it's supposed to be done. I wait. I said, gee, do I like it? No, I really don't like the results. Okay, so let me keep on doing this until I do like it. Now you want to know what I'm doing. I'm just going over these dark lines and making them brownish because I didn't like the way the color was looking. So I just go over it like this because it does have this dog has a lot of brown, but there are also different shades of brown. It's not the same. I have a little sharpener here that you need to do too. I use it, you know, just to, yeah, like that. This way you can, yeah. See now it's, and then I could, this is a nice color. I finally think I got the color. Sometimes you got to test things out and try them again and again until you actually find the color you want, because, you know, you don't just pick up a thing and find it. It's like trial and error. You see it, and then all of a sudden you don't like the way it looks, and you keep playing with it until you do like it. That's what I do. Sometimes you actually make a mistake and then you figure, gee, I made a mistake, but it looks good. So, you know, you could incorporate that into your art. And a lot of discoveries have been made by making mistakes. So don't feel that if you make a mistake that it's not good. You know, sometimes mistakes are good because they lead you on to something else a little better, you know. So it's okay. See if you pronounce this color. There, it looks a little better now. I didn't like the way it was looking. And that's what's going to happen to you when you start drawing. You don't like the way it looks. If you don't like the way it looks, you know what, guys? If you don't like the way it looks, it's not finished. You know, you have to like the way it looks. Because if you don't like the way it looks, other people won't like the way it looks either. So that's how you determine. You know, you be your own judge. Say, no, I like it. Well, then other people will like it too. And you know, they say artists are their worst critic. Like sometimes one of my art teachers says, there's always, I said, oh, but sometimes I'm not satisfied. I told the teacher that. And he says, the day you're satisfied completely, that's the day you stop being a painter. He says, so don't think that, you know, it's okay sometimes to not be satisfied with it. You know, you could look at something a year later and say, oh, gee, I did that. I could have did this. I could have did that. You know, I have a friend who keeps looking at his paintings, and all of a sudden he says, oh, I don't like what I did. I'm going to change it. And believe it or not, Pablo Picasso did that too. He used to look at his paintings and then he would take it off and paint right over it. And when the art galleries discovered his paintings and they went through them, they could see that layers of paint was painted on other paintings that he had done and he didn't like, and he went over it and did something else. So don't ever think that if you do an error that's final or it's not good, because it really doesn't matter. Now I have to put this here because this is really bothering me because I see that so pronounced. And then you have to back up too, because by backing up, you see the results. You see, clean my hands a little bit. There, that looks nice. Now here, you see, I see something here, which I want to change. Right there, the mouth. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and then those little gray spotted things. I mean, he has like a lot of them. So we're gonna put them in, you know. Let's put them in like that, you know. And then, I don't know, I see some little, see, the more you look at this, the more you see a little pinkish here, a little different color here. So let me put that in and then blend it a little bit. You know, and then I could kind of redefine it with this, you know. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, there's so much little things that you see here, and that all of a sudden you miss. I miss here, so there. Oh yeah, now I'm going to do it with the brown. I think that looks better. See how you find these things. And anyway, you know, art also, you're always learning with art. There's always something new to learn, something that you find that works better. Let's punch this out a little bit by doing this. I think that'll, yeah, like that. Yeah, that's cute. And here. And I think he has a little bit of brown on top. I'm looking right over here, right there. There's a little bit brown there. See over here? There's like a little spot there, so you could see it. So, and then over here, that little pinkish color that I see. Is this pink? Yeah, I'll put it over here. Just like over here where his nose is, like there, and that little there. Yeah, that's coming out cute. No, better. Better. Let me just... See, the thing is, the dog is little. So, don't mind me. I'm getting a little carried away with this. Put this away there. That's better, because he's looking kind of like down. He's looking, his eyes are not, his eyes are not looking at us. He's looking down. And then maybe I could take a little bit of light, a little white, and put a little highlight there so you could see these little folds. There's so many little folds in this dog. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's beginning to look better. And his legs, you know. Now what I do is I do it and then I come back to it and I look at it, and if I see something I don't like, I fix it, and so it takes some time. Right in here, I could put some little highlights there just to bring out these little folds he has. They're really cute. Then here with this light here, there's a little light there. Yeah, that's better. And just to define the face, there, like that. Yeah, that looks cute. And yeah, there. See, because he's looking down. Those dogs are looking at us, but this dog is looking down. So it's a little different. You got to get there, like that. There. That's better, like down, like that. And then he's got that little pink in his eye, in the corners. Just tap it there, just a little. See, you can't see it because it's really like, it's a little distant. But I got a magnifying glass. You always work with a magnifying glass, because with a magnifying glass you could actually spot things and you could look at them better, A lot of times you can't see, especially if you're doing detail. If you're doing an overall thing, that's different. But if you're doing detail, you need a magnifying glass, because you got to look to see what this looks like, And then you get a better look up at it. Yeah. His neck, right here, the white comes from here. So let me put it there. Yeah, his neck. And then over here, his tummy, I guess it's like white there. And then right there. And then his legs there. Yeah, press these there. There, that's better. Like that. And then he has a little shadow on his foot. And then you could kind of just... This thing is canvas, so this you got to like press hard. Usually I do it in oil, but like I said, it has to dry, and it can be done in such short time. So it's better to do it with this. There. Yeah. So I could just bring it out a little bit more. There. And here there's whiteness here. There's a little, I got to put that in. See, you have to actually look at this, because if you don't keep on looking at it, you actually miss things, Even myself, I could kind of, I'm talking to you and looking at it, and then I see, oh, gee, what did I miss here? So you have to be constantly looking at the picture, This is a little, remember that little highlight I did in the last show? There's there just to indicate the ears. See, now that brought it out. You see, just by doing that brought it out, the ear, to separate it. And And here could be a little bit there, like that. And here, yeah. He's really a beautiful color, this little puppy. Really pretty. I just want to punch this out a little bit. Yeah, like that. That's better. That looks better. A little bit lighter because he's not really that dark. Over here, here. He's got a lightness in here. See, so this is. See, now it's sort of getting better. Here, there's light here. There's a little light there. There's light on top of his eye. There's light, and there's light there, and there's light up here. Up here, there's light. Up there. And where else? Oh, I have a little pinkish. That's pink. Just try it like that. That's. Now I look back and I check it out to see, you know. And then I could come back with this white because this is pronounced. Yeah, and underneath the chin and here. See, basically what I'm doing here is reinstating. Before I reinstated with the dark, and you saw that. Now I'm reinstating with the colors, the pencils, the pastels. I'm reinstating, but I'm always reinstating. I just keep on doing it over and over again. It's not just a one-shot deal. It's like yeah, in here too, he's a little white because this is the. Oh, sometimes I press like that, and I don't even rub. Like one of my teachers told me that. He says, when I was working with oil, and you could even do it with pastel. He says, press, lay it down, and just, you know, rather than actually draw it, just lay the down and just, you know, just to bring it out a little bit more. See, like. And his legs. There. And this is a little messy, so it gets all over the place. So you got to kind of just blow at it. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to just put, there's a little separation here of the toes. So I'm going to just take a little darker color and put it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here they show. Here Here it's only 3. There. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and there's like a little, I don't know, pinkish or something. There. And here there's only 3. Yeah, like that, just to show that he has. Oh, that's beginning to look a little better. See, now when I like it, it's because it's coming out better. If I don't like it, that means I'm not done with this, you know. See, the more you work this up, the better it can really look until you got it right, you know. There. Here's a shadow here. And then over here he's sitting, so we could kind of make this a little dark right in here, you know. So I hope I'm motivating you and I'm getting your artistic creativity flowing. And always remember my slogan, if I can do it, you could do it too. You know, keep me in mind, and if you miss the shows, like I said before, you could go on YouTube and see some of the shows, so you can kind of, you know, study them and help yourself and guide yourself and get yourself into the art. So over here, I'm just going to do a little bit of shadow there because I don't want him to look like he's... Thanks for watching the show of You Could Do It Too. And hopefully I was very instructive and I helped you out, and I hope that you be creative and pass your artistic abilities on to others that are as creative too. Thank you very much.